For many years now, urban legends about color have been spread and regurgitated. And now, with the proliferation of blogs and social media, some of these ridiculous myths have gone viral. So, if any of you have become the victim of this blatant misinformation, I will ask you to open your minds, reconsider, rethink, and refocus on the facts. Let's start first with the color pink. In the late 70s, there was a popular TV show that featured a story about how pink made strong men weak. It was based on studies suggested by researcher Dr. Alex Schaus of Tacoma, Washington. He appealed to psychologists at the Naval Correctional Institute in Seattle to paint a prison cell pink, as Schaus believed it could soothe young sailors who had done too much partying and wound up in jail as a consequence. As you can see, it was not a baby girl pink, as one might expect, but instead a blatant Pepto-Bismol pink. Ongoing test results showed that it most often soothed upset stomachs rather than raucous behavior. Still, the myth exists that in both surroundings and in clothing, men are rendered helpless through the use of pink. By the way, Dr. Schaus has now moved on from pinks to berries as a proponent of acai juice. Check out his website to see how you too can become a distributor. Now let's segue into the yellows. Some bloggers would have you believe that babies cry more in yellow rooms. They've undoubtedly tested the theory by engaging many infants in conversation about their reactions to yellow. In actual point of fact, yellow has been shown to be one of the most important colors in childhood learning development and invariably one of the first colors they reach for when they learn to draw. And recent studies show the brain releases more pleasure-producing serotonin when the eye views yellow, undoubtedly connected to the perception that sunlight is yellow and humans are invariably drawn to its warmth and comfort. So forget the silliness that states that adults or children go berserk in yellow surroundings. There is no basis in fact to support this notion. And then there is still the outmoded notion that blue diminishes the appetite because there is no blue food found in nature. Of course, we know that's not true. Blueberries, whether right off the bush or mixed into delicious concoctions, are now even more popular because of antioxidant benefits. There are blue icings, artfully rendered by food stylists. There is beautiful blue glassware that houses elegant blue liquids. And other blue packaging, especially appropriate if used for suggesting the contents are cooling. There are no definitive studies about blue or any other color decreasing appetite. If it were true, there'd be a lot of thin people around, as blue is one of the favorite colors in tabletop. Not to mention that blue potato chips are JetBlue's favorite snack. Think Williams-Sonoma cobalt blue or Mexican glassware, or patterns like blue willow that are traditional favorites. Of course, there are always those marketers who use the urban legends to their advantage, like the clever guy who sold blue light bulbs for the refrigerator with the promise that they would make you eat less. Orange is a color that's had its share of bad raps over the years. Because of its association to purveyors of quick and inexpensive foods, starting first in the days of Howard Johnson and ultimately into other fast food vendors, orange got the reputation for being cheap. But that's all changed as people started to have more access to the web to see how other countries and other cultures celebrated that vital hue. Europeans especially have gotten orange and understood how to use it. And with shoppers being so aspirational today, there is a great appreciation of the color. So when I still read a blog or an article that speaks of orange as cheap, I visualize gorgeous glass art like this, or I think of Hermes and their brilliant choice of orange as their signature brand color, And of course, there is Versace. Brown is often portrayed as one-dimensional on various blogs and sites. It's related to his earthiness. End of story. And although it still has an obvious connotation to the earth and all things organic and wholesome, the shade has taken on a whole new meaning, with many consumers now responding to the Brown family as rich and robust. As we all know, Starbucks started the rich brown phenomenon of the 90s that is still flavoring the 2000s by bringing the Brown family into popular awareness and acceptance, not only in the food and beverage industry, but quite unexpectedly crossing over into other industries like beauty and fashion. Following right on the heels of coffee brown came the rich chocolates that ultimately inspired a new family of, believe it or not, diamond colors. Certainly a glamorous new slant on brown that takes it far beyond the realm of earthiness. The old marketing manuals advised neutrals were more appropriate for those consumers who were higher on the socioeconomic ladder, while brights were only appropriate for cheaper goods at the lowest rung of the economic ladder. We have seen that these old concepts bite the dust, especially as more vibrant colors are being shown with much more sophisticated styling, and mass market now is commingled with designer sensibilities. We hope you've enjoyed our presentation, and we encourage you to join in our discussion at www.facebook/Leatrice Eisman. Thank you.